FTX to flex political muscle in DC with crypto PAC, say sources. FTX denies. Sources say FTX, led by Biden supporter Sam Bankman-Fried, is set to launch a PAC that would dwarf other such efforts by the crypto industry. A PAC, by the way, guys, is a political action committee. Oh, yeah, well, hold on. It actually says that
right there.
Cryptocurrency giant FTX is planning to advocate for crypto interests in Washington, D.C. with the launch of a political action committee, or PAC, according to two sources familiar with the matter. After this story was published, a spokesperson for the company said FTX has no plans to establish a PAC or super PAC, nor are we looking to hire any director for one. A PAC is a corporate vehicle which can donate up to $5,000 to any political candidate and, in the case of so-called super PACs, can spend unlimited money advocating on issues like taxes, the environment, or crypto policy. The founder of FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, is reported to be worth at least $10 billion. So the influence of any PAC that he launches would likely be significant. Miguel, kick this off. What are your thoughts when you read this?
So my thoughts are, whether they do a PAC or not, right? Because they're saying that the representative is saying that, wait a minute, we're not actually doing anything, yada, yada, right? It's still, the thought is there, right? Somebody is going to come up with a PAC. Somebody is going to say, wait a minute, how can I make this work, right? And a PAC, whether it's a super PAC or whatever, it's going to be huge when it comes to crypto, right? It's going to change the way crypto regulations are going, and they can definitely influence things to be in better terms for crypto, right? We know Texas is heavily invested into crypto. We know a few other states and senators are also very pro Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So it's only a matter of time. If FTX doesn't do it, someone will. And they're going to create a PAC, and they're going to start pushing for favorable regulation for cryptocurrencies, and it's going to be a big game changer.
Yeah, this goes on to say if FTX does launch a PAC, it would not be Bankman-Fried's first foray into politics. The 28-year-old was one of President Biden's biggest donors, and in a March interview with Vox, described how his worldview is shaped by data and math, including using money for optimal political outlooks or outcomes.
Oh,
guys,
mic drop.
Let me read this again. He described how his worldview is shaped by data and math, including using money for optimal political outcomes. Guys, I literally don't need to read any more of the article, right? And obviously I'm going to, but what I'm getting at is that money does rule the world, and there is no getting around that, right? That is just a fact. The sad thing is that people allow money to change what they would otherwise do differently. And so there's so much influence as it relates to money where it's like, okay, well, if I'm paying you this, then you are basically going to do this, this, and this. And at some point, when that dollar amount gets large enough, you become a puppet. And you become somebody that someone has their hand up your shirt behind your back, and you start talking when they tell you to talk. You say what they tell you to say. You walk where they tell you to walk. You do what they tell you to do. And it's a sad state of affairs. This says, after maintaining a low profile during FTX's rise, Bankman-Fried has recently put himself and his company in the media spotlight. This includes a series of sponsorship deals that have put FTX logos on the Miami Heat basketball arena and every umpire in Major League Baseball. Listen, FTX is the biggest thing out there as it relates to crypto exchanges right now, right? They are rocking and rolling, right? You think crypto.com is doing big things? FTX is doing big things, right? And so if he wants to put like a ton of resources behind a PAC, then you have to believe that there is a method to this madness. There is a reason for this. And it scares me. I don't care if who he's backing. It scares me that someone with that kind of money could influence our political system so much that he possibly might as well be the one in the background calling the shots. Thoughts, Miguel?
But dude, this happens every day already. This is already happening. It's been happening, and it's not something new. It's been happening for decades, right?
Yep.
Forever, in under all kinds of sectors. We have tons of lobbyists. We have tons of super PACs pushing a bunch of money, making sure that they get favorable regulations and get favors whenever they call up and say, hey, remember all that money I gave you? It's time to cash in. make this happen for me, right? This is happening all the time. And that's exactly what he's stating. Using money for optimal outcomes, right? So he knows he's just playing the game. He's like, hey, I need to use money to make things favorable for my business and favorable for the crypto community in general. And if I have to do it, I will, because if he doesn't do it, someone will. So
You're
might
right.
as well be someone that has at least for now that we know of has what's the word, has the best of interest of crypto in mind, versus someone with not the best interest in crypto starts forming these things. And at the end of the day, all politicians have a number. They're all for sale, right? So they will get bought out by someone, whether it's pro Bitcoin or anti Bitcoin or whatever it is. They're going to get bought by someone. So might as well get bought by someone that is pro Bitcoin and has the best interest of crypto in general than
Yeah.
someone that wants to, endanger the whole
So
system.
so I'm totally with you. But I do want to play devil's advocate a little bit. That works to our advantage. So right now
Mhm.
we're saying, oh, good, right?
Mhm.
But the moment that that's not the tune that he's singing and that's not what he's supporting, I think all of a sudden maybe we start looking at it different, because now it doesn't fit our agenda. And the scary thing here for me is that no matter who you are, if things fit your agenda, you're happy with it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
wouldn't be a human being if you didn't think that way, right? But I think the scary thing is just how much, exactly what you said, Miguel, just how much it actually already does happen. And it does. I know it
Yeah.
does, right?
Mhm.
And